Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to believe it's the whole forest, not one tree, and it's every branch and leaf. They're born to deceive, but I'm telling you the truth. It's not just one or two, it's every single Jew. They all hate you, and it really breaks my heart. But their lies are off the charts, and they only bring us harm. You gotta get smart. So if you want to be safe and don't want to get replaced, it's best you start being based, or you'll get erased. Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life. I know it's hard to accept that all the ones you've met lie with every single breath. They want you dead, but you must not be weak. Just open your eyes and see they always exploit the meek. See their vampire teeth, and it can make you cry to learn your life was full of lies and their face was a disguise. But you must fight. So if you want to live and protect all of your kin, you have to grow thick skin, or we won't. Every single time, every single crime, every single lie, early life, every single hour, every single day, every single night, early life.
And we are live. We are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We are live. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was going on earlier. Just bad luck, man. I feel like shit. You know, and then I turn on the stream. I'm like, all right, let's get through this thing and get it done. And then, you know, next thing I know, the internet's all messed up. So what ended up happening was, I had to, you know, restart everything. But we're up now. We should be good. Let me double check here. I think we should be solid everywhere. Let me just double check. Yep, so we're live on locals. All right, cool. All right, awesome. So yeah, we're live, guys. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Gonna give you guys some updates, guys. I won't be on as long as usual tonight. Not feeling too hot, and I'm gonna probably do 3 shows tomorrow. I'm gonna be out in the streets. Okay, we're gonna be out in the streets. It's not going to be on YouTube, or if I do, I'll start it on YouTube, then end it. It's definitely going to be a Rumble only type stream tomorrow. We got a lot of shit we got to cover tomorrow, man. I gotta bring some. The OSS members know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. So tomorrow's going to be a pretty important day. Let me read some of these chats. My brother, $5, Riyadh says, "Let's go, baby. Don't forget to send this $5 back." Fuck you, nigga. All right? Like, you think this is a game? You're going to send me money and then say, don't forget to send it back? Fuck you, man. Bro, spending my money to pay me. What the fuck? Yo. I'm about to ban my brother, bro. Yo, if you keep sending in dumb chats like that, bro, you about to get banned, man, for real. No free speech for you, motherfucker. Drewski, you gotta play Throw the J Down the Well. Okay. Bro, yo, this nigga really sets it $5, bro. It said, let's go, don't forget to send this shit back. Nigga, first of all, you brokey, it's a $10 bare minimum. That's number one. So you couldn't even hit that. And then for you to say that I'm gonna send you the money back, though that is true, that's disrespectful that you would say that shit publicly. Bitch ass nigga. Anyway, whatever. My brother's a fucking... Bro thinks he's a troll, but he's not, man. And then these chats came in from before. Desert Joe says, a report on Skiff's house of cards of falling with the Arizona lawyer you interviewed. And then Handy Andy says, you should have Lucas Gage on, definitely. And then Kurdo subscribe. Welcome to the OSS, guys. So what we'll cover today, guys, we're going to cover the Triggernometry interview, and we're also going to give some updates on the ceasefire. Today we're going to be focusing mostly on, obviously, the Middle East. I might cover a little bit of Venezuela, but I'm not going to be on for too long tonight. Obviously, not feeling too hot, man. But what I'll do is, I think I'm going to jump on tomorrow at 5. The only reason I went late today is because I gave y'all a night train the day before. But, yeah. Someone said, when's the next call-in show? I don't think tomorrow. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to hit the streets, bro. We're going to hit that IRL backpack and hit the streets tomorrow, and then we're going to have after hours for y'all. So, yeah. Jason Great says, the realest man with integrity. Thank you so much, Jason Great. $50. Appreciate another 20 as well. And then Jason Gers says again, so he sent $20, realist man with integrity. Thank you. And then Jason Gers again, appreciate the knowledge the last 4 years, sir. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Mars Bros, a real J. Is he charging interest on that? I know, bro. Niggas paying me with my own money, bro. What the hell? Martin, wait time is your College Street debate in South Carolina. Want to flout? I'm going to be out there the 29th. I think we'll be out there in the afternoon. We're going to be out there at like 1 or 2 or some shit like that. So we will definitely be out there. It's going to be a good time. So, all right, let's hop right into... Oh, you guys like the new sign, by the way? Y'all like that new sign? Shout out to my guy, Sean, from Uncensored America. Welcome to the debrief, niggas. Welcome to the debrief. So, yeah. Hold on one sec. The fuck out of here, nigga. So yeah, I'm gonna hang that Fed Reacts one there too. I'm gonna find a place to hang it. But all right. So let's get right into it, ninjas. But it'll be sometime in the afternoon. Also, how does this camera look now? Okay, not bad. I upped the ISO on this thing. Chat, how does this angle look? Is it good? I literally just upped the fucking the ISO on it right now. I think it's sitting at 400 ISO. TPC, it's 400 ISO. Let me know if that's good or I need to adjust it. Until, obviously, you come tomorrow, if you're in the chat. Okay. Let's get right into it, guys. Oh, shit. So, this is about the ceasefire. There's still no word from Doha or Cairo about Netanyahu's comments.
As the Israeli military has ordered hospitals in the north to move patients and equipment to southern Gaza. I'm joined now live by Dr. Ahmed Amohlati, who is a plastic surgeon and previously worked at the Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza. And he's joining us
And this is one of the hospitals that they fucking destroyed, by the way.
now live
Early in the conflict and killed a bunch of kids.
from the United Kingdom. Doctor, thank you for joining us on the Al Jazeera NewsHour. Let's begin first with your reaction to what the health ministry in Gaza has said, these comments that the Israeli military has ordered hospitals in the north to move their patients and their equipment to the south.
Thanks for having me. Let us just not be fooled by moving hospitals. These hospitals are not functioning hospitals. The service in the north of Gaza and Gaza is scattered between small hospitals.
As you guys know, they were talking about a ceasefire going down. Shit. Hold on. Was this the video I want to show y'all? I don't think this is the video I want to show y'all. Hold on, bro.
Marwan Bishara is Al Jazeera's senior political analyst. He joins us now live from London. Marwan, as always, good to speak with you. So Benjamin Netanyahu says he's approved plans for the military to seize and take control of Gaza City. But he's also saying that he's ordered immediate negotiations to secure the release of Israeli captives held in Gaza and to end the war under conditions acceptable to Israel. It is so often the
that's a trick comment because almost none of the conditions are acceptable to them, bro.
Case that Netanyahu publicly straddles this rhetorical line. He holds out the prospect of more negotiations, while also insisting he'll continue prosecuting this war. I heard you speaking on our air earlier talking about how Israel...
It's all bullshit, bro. The thing is that they don't want a permanent ceasefire. The reason why, guys, it's been so difficult to get a resolution here is because Hamas wants a permanent ceasefire and they're willing to relinquish power, but Netanyahu does not want a permanent ceasefire. He wants to keep fighting.
Is dictating all of the terms now when it comes to negotiations. What does that mean, and where do you see things standing overall right now?
Well, let's start by translating Netanyahu into English. What he's saying is that he is not agreeing to the ceasefire proposal that he agreed to earlier that Steve Witkoff proposed.
And as you guys know, Steve Witkoff is the special envoy for your boy Donald Trump. And he's been doing a lot of these negotiations because obviously he has a good connection with the Israeli government as well as with the Qataris and the Gulf states.
Which is
He has a lot of business out there.
temporary one for 60 days that releases a number of captives in return for a number of prisoners, and so on and so forth. So one, he rejects that. Two, he's basically demanding a surrender. When he speaks of on the basis of Israel's conditions and interests, he's talking about Palestinian or Hamas surrender to Israel. Three, there is no contradiction for Netanyahu between saying we're going to continue with diplomacy and we're going to continue with war. It's called negotiations under fire. What he's proposing is that there will be no respite for Gaza or for Hamas. The genocide will continue. The war will be more severe than before. It will be more like October, November 23. We're talking about transferring something like 1 million Palestinians from north to south. We're talking about the same challenges, same problems with hospitals, with kids, with the...
And just so you guys know, they let in a bunch of reporters, and they finally let reporters into the Gaza Strip now that most of the killing is done.
elderly, with the suffering, with the starvation, and so on and so forth. So we are back to square one. Netanyahu is saying, basically, in English, we are done with negotiations. We are not going to give a single win for Hamas. In the end of the day, we're going to only agree to a deal whereby our captives are released and Hamas is defeated and dislodged from Gaza, and we take control of Gaza, and eventually we will give it to some sort of a civilian administrations under our oversight and control.
And this is basically, guys, so the first offensive, right? Let's break this down a little bit, all right? So when this war originally started, right, they did airstrikes and they began the ground assault back in October of 2023, right? They were attacked October 7th. They were in the Gaza Strip within days, right? Bombing and doing their ground campaign. After they finished that first leg, right, of the mission, where they pretty much killed Yahya Sinwar at the end, what ended up happening was, and at the time Yahya Sinwar was the head of Hamas. So first they killed Ismail Haniyeh in Iran on July 31st-ish of 2024, last year. Then, while they were fighting in Rafah, well, the southern part of the Gaza Strip, in October, they randomly came across Yahya Sinwar as he was fighting alongside his guys, right? That's the guy that threw the stick at the drone and was killed. So, and the Israeli media released that drone footage, which I thought was a big mistake on their end. Like, you basically just made the guy a legend, but that's a whole other conversation, right? So, so after they went ahead and did that, they started the war in southern Lebanon. They conducted airstrikes in Beirut, airstrikes in the south, and they did a ground campaign, and they ran the pager operation. After all that was done, they were able to get Hezbollah and them to have a ceasefire, and then they started attacking Iran. After, or around the time that they were, getting ready to attack Iran, they started something called the Gideon's Chariots, okay, which is the second phase of the ground assault after the first ceasefire when Trump came in. Because Trump came in January, and he had a ceasefire going from January up until March. The ceasefire ended right around March, and there hasn't been like food coming in for a while. This is why they're fucking starving. They haven't had trucks loads of foods, guys, coming in consistently since March. Now, we're going to talk about these propagandists that are saying, oh yeah, food is still coming in. This is all a lie, whatever, right? But for the purpose of the story of what you guys need to know. So they started Operation Gideon's Chariots, right? Which was the second ground assault. Reformed, they took some time to recuperate and they went back in March. So what ended up happening was now that they're going to occupy the Gaza Strip, now they're going into Operation Gideon's Chariots phase 2. And this is where they're going to go into the Gaza City location and actually start occupying it and take it over. So we'll see what happens here. They're trying to say that they're securing it. Bruh, bullshit. They want to get the Palestinians the fuck up out of there. They've been flirting with sending them to South Sudan, Jordan, Egypt, Libya. I heard some talks about Morocco, but make no mistake about it, the United States and Israel are trying to shop the 1 to 2 million Palestinians that have been displaced to these other Arab countries. Now, Zionists will sit there and tell you, oh, no one wants them because the Palestinians are problematic. Well, why the fuck should they take them in? Right? Like, well, that's their land. They don't want to leave. It's literally their land. So people are stupid. But anyway.
Marwan, we know that there have been more...
So right now we're ramping up for Gideon's Chariots phase 2 is what we're doing now, which is where they're going to go in and try to and occupy the Strip.
Demonstrators out on the streets in Israel the past few weeks, especially relatives of captives that are still being held in Gaza. They're demanding the government do more to secure the release of those captives and to enter into a ceasefire. We know also that Netanyahu is...
All right, so let's embarrass somebody in the chat. This dumbass YouTube chat named Grabba said, stop spreading lies, Myron. All right, Grabba, tell me specifically what I'm lying about. I'm about to make an example out of you, dummy. Tell me what I'm lying about. All right? Go ahead, Grabba. It's on you in the YouTube chat, stupid nigga. Tell me what I'm lying about.
Under immense pressure from the far right-wing members of his coalition not to end the war or enter into a ceasefire. Do you think that Netanyahu is feeling any amount of pressure from the protesters? Does he care at all that the number of those people out in the...
Yes, there's been huge protests in Tel Aviv. Because obviously the Israelis don't like the fact that the war is continuing, Operation Gideon's Chariots phase 2, ramping it up, because they're worried that this second phase is going to kill the remaining hostages.
The streets might be growing.
Which I don't blame them, yeah.
That their voices might be getting louder.
There's no doubt that there is some form of a pressure on the street, whether it is the families of the captives, their supporters. And my guess is more and more Israelis simply don't want to serve again as reservists in Gaza, because as you know...
Yeah, and they did a call-up. Israel is looking for a bunch of reservists to come back in. I made a tweet about this shit. And they're even recruiting Americans, chat. They're recruiting dual citizen Americans to come in and fight for this second offensive, chat. So let me show you guys the tweet that I made. It was actually hilarious. So this came from my guy Dominic. He says, Israel now considering military recruitment inside of U.S. amid significant soldier shortage. And I go, hey, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, Michael Rappaport, Bill Ackman, Gad Saad, Barry Weiss, Dennis Prager, Konstantin, which we're going to show his goddamn thing too, Rabbi Shmuley, Jonathan Greenblatt, and the rest of you American Jewish Zionists advocating for Israel's war. Israel needs you. It's time to go defend your country. I'm Israel High or Chai or whatever the fuck they call it. So let's see what's gonna happen, bro. Let's see what's gonna happen. You guys can see you got pretty good engagement. But yeah, hilarious, dude. Hilarious. Oh, I'll show you guys. I don't know if I can. I can't show you this shit. We're on YouTube. That's fine. This girl tried to troll me, and I cooked her, but I can't show y'all what I said.
Oh, they've already recalled some 60,000 reservists. My guess is that they will probably recall more than 100,000 if they're going to reoccupy Gaza. So a lot of people just don't want to serve again. They are sick and tired.
A lot of guys are suffering from PTSD, man.
Of that war. For him, this is not his base. These are not the people who will vote for him come October 2026. So he doesn't really care for them. He doesn't care what they think. He doesn't care how much pressure they have, because at the end of the day, they are not going to vote for him if he does or if he does not release the captives alive. And so he is working within his ecosystem, his coalition of fascists and fanatics, in order to secure the control of Gaza, the dislodging of Hamas, the defeat of the resistance, and the subjugating of all of Palestine. Because as we speak of...
All right. Okay, guys, let me read some of these chats and we're going to get into the interview. Radek actually says, Martin, what do you call an Asian cameraman? Filming. Okay. Triple G channel. Our little brother, to be honest, very lucky to have a big brother like you. Mine is a bum as ass felon. You're like my big brother I've never had. No worries, GG. Pixelation, just joined OSS this time, Myron. Okay, welcome to the OSS, bro. Hectic, subscribe. Shout out to you, Hectic, for joining. TPC says, ISO looks good, but when I fix it tomorrow to match the camera from the camera, it's going to go down to 200 or we'll pick up the lighting either or. Okay, thank you, TPC. Kuma, how do you stream outside without lagging? Is it portable Wi-Fi? We're gonna use the backpack tomorrow. Root Rebellion says, I designed the OSS Liberty shirt and designed to start my own baseline. Yo, Root Rebellion, get with Brett, bro. Get with Brett. We could take some of these concepts, man. I like some of these designs you got here. I like the let them cook. That one is fun. All right. Birchill says, Myron Gaines, what Fresh said yesterday, you should bring back George Gammon for his insight on the future of the economy. I didn't even hear Fresh say that, but yeah, we'll bring him back. True Seekers. Okay, Ukraine has lost 1.7 million servicemen during the special military operation. These are killed and missing in action. The information comes from the database of Ukraine and General Staff, which was hacked by Killnet. Oh, wow. 1.7, I'm not surprised. Nice side, Mara. OSS is at war right now, LOL. How are you guys at war? Cricketron. Osama bin hiding says, why don't you ever bring your brother on stream? Does he work in law enforcement or not want to get fired? My brother got a normie job, bro. I don't want to put him in a bad spot. Coco Manny. Myron, tomorrow starts my journey of dubbing all 12 hours of Europa to Spanish because the current subtitles are not accurate at all. I'm still looking for additional narratives to cover the voice of the film. The goal is to have everything finished by February. Coco says, you're welcome, Beaners. Okay. Zed says, any chance they might use French Foreign Legion for more ground forces, just like how Ukraine did? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so because France isn't really happy with this conflict. Netanyahu and Macron aren't liking each other right now. I'm Safa says, trying to get my first turnkey property for $130,000. Previous owner was a hoarder. Should I cop? Only if the numbers make sense, bro. Bluffkin, $1 super chat. Thank you, bro. Yeah, that. Oh, dude, only do it if the numbers make sense, brother. All right. So, I want to show you guys this. Look at Frank, bro. So this is a clip from Brandon Carter's vlog.
Slash. Nice.
Hey, Frank is smart as hell. Okay, this quality sucks though. Let me go on YouTube. Shout out to my guy Brandon Carter, guys. Go. What the hell? I'm not so. Oh, on the other channel. So in this video right here. So this is when I come over. This is when we did our interview a couple weeks ago from his vlog. You guys go check out Brandon Carter, by the way, man.
Hold up. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo, tell them the story you just told me about why.
Bro, so I'm getting ready to go, right? As you guys know, I work all night and I wake up during the day like a DJ. So I order the Uber. The guy takes forever to get to me. Once I get in, he sees my dog. He's like, no, dog, no, dog. I'm like, bro, this guy, number one, has more right to be there than you.
It was like some fucking Spanish nigga was like, oh, no, dog.
Fucking, you're an illegal beater. And then number two, like, bro, this guy's smart as fuck, man. So yeah, they're like, Frank, sit. Look at that, man.
Come on, man.
So I told him a new trick. I don't know if I can show it to you on the vlog, but
I'm down. Let's
like, let's edit this part out. All right.
Oh, and here.
Frank, sit. Slash. Nice. Time to roll the salute.
Yo. I'm so proud of fucking Frank, bro. I'm so proud of him, man. So.
Oh, you gave just hard to you.
Yeah. So he's been.
So yeah, funny shit, man. But yeah, guys, I told you, I taught him, bro. Nigga's smart as hell, man.
I'm down. Let's
Time to roll the salute now.
Oh, and here.
Frank, sit. Slash. Nice. It's time to roll the salute now.
W dog, man. All right. All jokes aside, you know, we kid. All right, let's get into the main stuff. So now that Israel's completed most of the killing and going into phase 2 of Operation Gideon's Chariots occupying the Strip, they're going to begin a huge media campaign in an attempt to repair the destroyed PR image. It seems Israel has lifted the ban on journalists entering the Strip to facilitate this. We got retard Zionist influencers like Cam Higby, and then this dude, I think he works for PragerU. Yep, Xavier, he's like a gay black dude. And then Emily Saves America was also in, her account got suspended? What the fuck? Or no, it's supposed to be Emily Saves America, whatever. And others going to Israel to push the Hezbollah. Benjamin Netanyahu just did an interview with British podcast Triggernometry with Jewish Zionist host Konstantin Kisin and his Zionist co-host Francis Foster. I anticipate a rise in censorship and more pro-Israel voices to come out in multiples over the next few weeks and months to repair Israel's battered image. Get ready. So look, they already got the fucking guys going out there saying that, oh, bro, it's a lie. There's a bunch of food out here, right? So these dudes are already coming out pushing out the propaganda, bro. Already. So get ready, guys. I predict we're going to see censorship come back. I predict we're going to see censorship come back, bro. That's what I think. So, anyway, who are the hosts? So you got this guy, Constantine. If you're wondering, every time. And then here's his co-host, Francis Foster. I think this guy's Venezuelan and something else, but I don't think he's not a J, but he is a Zionist. So, all right, let's get into the interview, guys. Okay, this is the interview that they did with Benjamin Netanyahu. As you guys know, Benjamin Netanyahu did an interview also with the Nelk Boys not too long ago. And I've noticed that there's a bunch more Israeli spokespeople coming out and doing interviews. And we got influencers going to Israel. So get ready, guys. The next 4 or 8 months or so of this year, you're going to see influencers going to Israel. You're going to see more interviews by Israeli spokespeople, and they're going to try to change the narrative and say that they're not committing a genocide. They didn't starve their the Palestinians, and they're going to work to get censorship back on. Mark my words, y'all heard it here first, bro. They are beginning phase 1 of a full court media press chat. Now that most of the killing is gone and they've done most of what they need, full court media press coming soon.
Asked whether Israel is winning the PR war, you said we're definitely not.
We Jews have been fighting.
And just so you guys know, this dude is super pro-Israel. I've watched a couple of his debates on Piers Morgan. This guy is pro-Israel. I think he debated Dave Smith, if I'm not mistaken, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also, guys, smash that like button for me. Smash that like button. We only got 300 likes on YouTube. You guys already know I hate fucking YouTube, but I'm still here for y'all niggas. So smash that like button, please.
Losing the propaganda war for about 2,500 years. This is the fraud. It's not merely the starvation fraud. It's the genocide fraud. If we wanted to commit genocide, we would have done it in one afternoon.
When you have ministers like Smotrich making incendiary or inflammatory comments, and there doesn't seem to be any particular pushback from your government to this, they go, well...
This retard said he's pro-UK. Elmyron, bro, you're a fucking dumbass, dude. You're a dumbass. If you actually think that that these dudes are super pro-UK...
What does the Prime Minister really believe?
Prime Minister, forgive me, but these aren't parliamentarians. These are people who are part of your government.
He said that the UK would recognize a Palestinian state. What is your response to that?
It's just downright dangerous because you're really rewarding these monstrous terrorists with the greatest prize, and that's because of weakness. You should ask your Starmer. Here's a suggestion. Ask him, okay? What do these protesters say about Britain? I know what they say about Israel. Israel has to be destroyed from the river to the sea. Well, Britain should go down. What do they say about the UK? And the same for the protesters in the US. They burn Israeli flags, they burn American flags. We have nowhere to flee. We're in our ancestral homeland, and we're not going anywhere. So we fight them, but we're not fighting them only on our behalf. We're fighting them on your behalf, too.
Now, this is a common talking point. I've listened to enough of Benjamin Netanyahu's interviews. The guy is extremely good and media trained. You know, keep in mind that this guy's been the leader of Israel for the better part of 30 years. So he obviously understands how to deal with the media. He obviously understands how to answer questions in a way. And he also knows how to frame his conflicts as a shared problem. This is something he does all the time. He'll sit there and say, oh, we're on the front lines. We're dealing with these terrorists. We're fighting them so you guys don't have to. We're protecting you guys. We're the first line of defense, blah, blah, blah. Help us, help us. That's what he does. He makes Israel's problems America and the West problems. And he's been doing this for a very long time.
Relax, relax. This is not an ad. If you're not a fan of ads, but love Triggernometry, join the thousands of Triggernometry members who get...
Bruh. Why are you guys spamming new Fugazi in the chat? What's going on here? Why are they spamming that? I'm kind of confused.
Before we get to that, though, what I really want to ask you about is October the 7th, and you had a very strange and unique experience that very few human beings have ever had, which is being in charge of a country of 10 million people when it's attacked in this horrific way. Where were you? How did you find...
Bro, why would I drop my stream to go talk to some random no-name? Why would I do that? What? Yeah, let me just drop what I'm doing and go debate some rando.
Find out what was going on, and what was your immediate reaction? What did you think? What did you feel? How did you act in those moments?
Well, it was 6:29 and Shabbat Saturday morning. Got a phone call from my military secretary informing me that we've just been invaded by Hamas. The first thing that I asked was, is it a full-scale invasion? He said, looks like it. And I said, can we get the Hamas leaders? But subsequently, I made my way to the military headquarters of Israel in Tel Aviv, called for a general call-up of our reserves, hundreds of thousands, and declared war, and then proceeded to focus on the mission of winning that war.
Now, there's been some soldiers that came out and said that, there have been some soldiers that came out and basically said, that they were told to stand down. Also, we know that Egyptian intelligence told the Israelis before the attack, right, that, look, they're preparing to invade, and I guess the Israelis didn't take it seriously. Maybe they didn't think that they were a threat. Some people even think that Netanyahu allowed it to happen because, as you guys can see, everything that transpired from October 7th has only been to his benefit, right? Keep in mind, guys, that before October 7th, he was going through a corruption trial. His position as prime minister was in question. But once October 7th happened, he was able to pretty much gather all the, consolidate all the power, right? He was able to consolidate all the power and then basically resume as prime minister. And he was able to wage a war against not just Hamas and the Gaza Strip, but he was also able to invade Lebanon, to go towards, to start the war with Iran, which they've been trying to do for a long time, to destabilize Syria. So as much as they'll sit there and they'll say, oh, October 7th was the worst day in Israeli history since the Holocaust, the reality is October 7th was the best thing that could have happened for Benjamin Netanyahu's career. And no one talks about that. Because prior to October 7th, people forget that he was in a lot of trouble. And this conflict has allowed him to just consolidate all the power to himself. Renew support from the Likud party, and wage a war on multiple different fronts against the Houthis, against the Assad regime, against Hezbollah, against Hamas, against the IRGC. So it literally allowed him to wage a war on everybody that he had problems with before. It gave him the justification he needed.
I can tell you that in these moments, you're really concerned with action. You're concerned with decisions. You're not, you don't wallow in the mire, as they say. You really think about what needs to be done now.
And have you and the people of Israel had time to grieve what happened, to process what happened to thousands of your people?
To grieve, yes. To fully absorb this savagery, I think, is more difficult because you seldom encounter such bestial behavior. In fact, I don't think you encounter it among beasts. I mean, the deliberate raping and murder of.
This dude said, I just hopped on roids. If you ever want to talk about it? No thanks, bro. No thanks. I don't endorse gear ever.
Women, the beheading of men, the burning of babies in
Okay, so here you guys go. He's already starting to lie already. The burning of babies.
front of their children, the kidnapping of innocent people, grandmothers.
Now, this burning of babies is a lie. Only one baby was killed on October 7th. Her name was Mila Cohen, rest in peace to her. And she was killed by a stray bullet, right? This is the narrative, though, that the Israelis spin every single time. Beheaded babies, babies in ovens, all this fucking ridiculous shit. So, you know, and this was done, this lie was spun up by a guy named Yossi Landau. Now, Yossi Landau is a guy that works for Zaka, which is an organization that, you know, anytime there's someone, you know, gets killed or whatever, or someone dies, it's kind of like a Jewish rights organization. What they do is they kind of come in, take the corpse, prepare it in accordance with Jewish law. So a lot of the times they're the first ones on the scene, right, with the police. So when he got there on the scene, he was able to make up this whole fucking fable. You know, this dude says, oh man, this guy Vegan Gay said, "Stay weak, stay small and weak." Is that supposed to be an insult or whatever, bro? Dude, I don't even. You fell off so hard, bro. Like you're over here in my fucking chat talking shit, talking about you trying to endorse using roids. Like, bruh, you are a fucking failure, bro. Get the fuck out my chat, man.
Holocaust.
Bro is desperate for attention, man.
Survivors, their grandchildren. It is savagery and escape.
But yeah, anyway, a bunch of lies. So Yossi Landau ran with this fucking lie, right? And Benjamin Netanyahu repeated these lies to Biden. And then these lies were used to create the outrage. And then bam, next thing you know, it gave them the justification they needed to go to war.
Scale that we haven't seen since the Holocaust. And I think that it affirmed to me that we're fighting a battle against barbarism, the battle of civilization against barbarism. And there isn't a symmetry between the two. Today, in this world of relativism, yes, of course, everybody is the same. No, we're not. We're not the same. We don't prosecute wars that way. We don't engage in such horrors. We don't delay.
Bro, the IDF is the biggest terrorist organization in the Middle East, bro. Literally, it's the worst terrorist organization in the Middle East. The biggest and the worst. So, I don't know what the fuck bro is talking about.
Deliberately mutilate human beings. This is not what distinguishes our actions, but it distinguishes theirs, and they do it with a fiendish glee. They come with GoPro cameras. This is savagery on a scale that is hard to absorb. But I'll tell you what it taught me. It said to me that we're not merely fighting the battle for our survival. We're fighting the battle for civilization against barbarism. And
that's another one of their go-to lines. Hey, we're on the front lines. We're fighting these people for you. If they get past us, next thing they're going to do is they're going to come after you. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he's very good at it, man. He's very good at making Israel's problems everyone's problems. Very good at that shit. So
that was true in the beginning of the war, and it's still true today, even though.
What's up with fucking people coming in here, like losers, like vegan gays, irrelevant motherfuckers? Like dude's a fucking whack job, mentally ill. Clearly something's wrong with this guy. Fell off, can't fucking get back on, and he's just trying to start shit. And then you guys asking me to debate some fucking random on another channel. Like, bro, what? What the hell?
Some in the West refuse to acknowledge it.
And it's a strange question, perhaps.
Like, here's the thing that people got to understand. If you're going to challenge someone to a debate or whatever, you got to be on their level to some degree for it to make sense for them. If you're a fucking random nobody, you know, every now and then that's fine, right? Oh, you know, it's LOL, make fun of them, whatever. But in general, bro, like if I got a planned show here and I'm doing that, right? Like, clearly, there's a thumbnail. I planned this out. We're breaking this down, debunking the lies. And dudes just come in like, yeah, bro, drop everything you're doing and just come debate this random nigga on the internet. What? What the fuck? Like, what?
But does every man or woman who sits in your chair expect to get that phone call at some point?
Well, they should be ready for it. And it comes, what we call the red phone rings constantly. It rings at 3 o'clock in the morning. And my wife says, can't you let us sleep one night? And the answer is not many. There are these interruptions because Israel is a country unlike any other. It is still surrounded by enemies committed openly and sworn openly to its destruction. And therefore it has to be vigilant and protecting itself constantly. And that's the first role of the Prime Minister of Israel.
And since October the 7th, your forces have obviously taken control of significant swathes of Gaza.
I think they control something like 70 to 90% of the strip right now is what they control.
Intelligence operatives have secured caches of documents and information, phone calls, intercepts, etc. What do you now know about how this happened, why it was able to happen, including, you know, what happened on the Israeli side to make this possible? What do we now know about October the 7th that we did not know on October the 8th?
Well, what happened on the Israeli side needs to be investigated by an impartial commission because it should be investigated top down, Prime Minister down to the last pertinent official or military person. That has to be done. But right now, what we do know and what we learn.
Oh, they want me to debate me, Vegan Gaines? Bro, Vegan Gaines is a fucking loser, clout chasing, irrelevant, fucking weirdo, bro. No, bro hasn't been relevant in damn near 10 years plus, bro. The fuck am I going to talk to him about? His ugly girlfriend or wife? The fuck? There's nothing to talk about with that nigga, bro. Dude literally just came in here and said, I'm on steroids. We could discuss this sometime. No, thank you, bro. Not going to fucking promote using gear to my audience, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, you weirdo? The fuck, man? This nigga fell off a long-ass time ago, bro. Nobody watches fitness YouTube no more, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Is that this was part of the Iranian terror axis. Iran had built this network of proxies with the goal of annihilating Israel by a simultaneous invasion from the south with Hamas, from the north with Hezbollah in Lebanon, with simultaneous pelleting of Israel massively with ballistic missiles, with rockets from their various proxies, not only Lebanon and Gaza, but also from the Houthis in Yemen, from militias, Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria, and from Iran itself. So this was meant to be a simultaneous surprise attack that would hobble Israel and destroy it. I think what happened was that they discovered that basically Yahya Hamas fired too soon. He didn't coordinate. The plan was there. Everybody knew that the plan was there. But for some reason, he went out and fired the first shot too early. And in many ways, I mean, it cost us a horrendous.
Shout out to Robin Kobe with the 5 gifted. Appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Cost of 1,200 innocent people murdered savagely. But it also gave us the time to block a potential invasion from Hezbollah and to organize the counterattack, which we proceeded to do from day one.
Prime Minister, can you, I know this might feel like a strange question, but I do think it's important, and it's a question many people are asking, is you clearly have incredible penetration of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard in Iran. You have incredible penetration of Hezbollah. I don't know how embedded your operatives were within Gaza and Hamas. How did your intelligence services not see this coming? I mean,
Yeah, this is probably one of the better questions that he asked, because I've told you guys before, Israeli intelligence is no joke. They're on par with us. All right, you can even make the argument in some ways they're better than us with their intelligence, right? They're more ruthless than we are. I'll tell y'all that right now. They are more ruthless than us. They are willing to play dirtier and do crazier shit to get what they need. Okay? So So with the capabilities of his intelligence agencies, Mossad, who's their CIA, Unit 8200, which is their NSA, Aman, which is like their DIA, Shin Bet, which is their FBI, between their intelligence community is very powerful and very good. So how the fuck did you not know this was going to happen? And then on top of that, Egyptian intelligence gave them this info too. And I don't know why. Well, this dude's a retard, but the Egyptians gave them the info as well, because you guys know, thanks to the Camp David Accords back in 1978, Egypt and Israel are kind of bribed allies. Okay, we give Egypt the second highest amount of foreign aid, and basically a lot of the reason why we give them so much aid is, number one, because they're to Israel's south and they patrol that border, and so that they play nice. So we could basically pay Egypt off to be friends with Israel.
You've talked often about the fact that the London Underground is smaller than the tunnel network in Gaza. How come you didn't know? And if you did, how come it was not a red flag that all of this was about to happen?
Well, all of that, I think, will be answered by this impartial investigation. But I think part of it was a mindset that said that Hamas is deterred and Hamas is not going to do it. And that's a very big part of it. But on day 2 of the war, I said when Hezbollah joined after day 1, they joined day 2. And I said, we will change the face of the Middle East. Because for me, it was very clear that we were not only fighting Hamas, but we were fighting Iran with its various proxies, this noose of death that they wanted to strangle us with. And I think that that's the larger understanding.
So see how he framed it? Oh, they got this noose of death on us, blah, blah. What he's not telling you is the reason why all these countries are aligned against Israel is because Israel attacks all of its neighbors. So they're unified because since Israel attacks all of its neighbors, and not only do they attack their neighbors, they have the backing of the United States, Israel's able to behave in a certain way where they never actually have to deal with consequences of their, what I call cowboy foreign policy. Okay? So there's a reason why it's called the axis of resistance. It's called the axis of resistance because they are resisting Israel's plan to expand into the Greater Israel Project, which which will expand Israel's landmass from the Nile River all the way to the Euphrates. It's an enormous amount of land, right? So that's why the axis of resistance is there. It's not because they're trying to sit there and hang a noose on Israel. It's because Israel either destroys, destabilizes, or bribes all of their neighbors. Okay? Israel wants to be the hegemony in the Middle East. And the last country left standing right now against that is Iran. And that's why you saw the fucking 12-day war when Israel attacked Iran the way that they did, which it was a very sophisticated attack, by the way. Much credit to the Israelis. You guys know I always praise Israel's military capabilities and their intelligence programs, right? They ran a fantastic operation. On one end, they had Mossad agents behind the lines. Those Mossad agents destroyed the air defense. While that was happening, and they had been there for months building drones and shit to do this, while that was happening, the Air Force simultaneously was dropping bombs on the nuclear facilities. Then they also had precision strikes kill several generals and kill several scientists. This was all happening at the same time, and they jammed their radars. So basically what happened, guys, was not only did Israel attacked and nullified Iran's ability to respond quickly. And they took out key members from their military hierarchy all in one day. But I'll tell you this, boy, 17 hours later, boom, boom, boom. And they fucked them up, baby. They fucked them up pretty bad. Okay? Now, the Israeli media doesn't want you guys to know that, but they hit them fucking hard back. So that's what went down there.
That everybody has today.
But yeah, he's framing the axis of resistance as if like they're the antagonizers. It's Israel that is the main antagonizer. Guys, keep in mind, we didn't have no beef with the Middle East until the creation of Israel. Did you guys know that? We didn't really have any beef with Israel like that until in the 1940s, post-World War II, and the creation of Israel in 1948. So, and then I would say after 1967, it got worse. Why? Well, yeah, that was a 6-day war. But once Lyndon B. Johnson came in, we were cooked, bro. Once Lyndon B. Johnson came in, he is the president that's responsible for ushering in this super pro-Israel foreign policy that we have now.
I don't think many people believed me at the time, but it was obvious to me that it's not enough to hit very hard, hit Hamas and hobble Hezbollah, but that we'd have to deal also with their sponsors and the larger axis that made this possible. So I think those lessons have been learned, certainly by Israel, and by acting against Iran's terror axis, which is meant to ultimately to conquer the West. That's what these people think. That's what they believe in. It's irrational. You say, do you believe that? Can you believe that people would actually think we'd deliver death to America and we'd destroy Europe? No, they couldn't possibly mean that. Well, what do you think? Do you think they mean it or not?
Well, they keep chanting it, so I'm tempted to believe them, yes.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's selective believing, right? Because when they said they don't have nuclear weapons, you didn't believe them then. Right? Hey, we don't got nukes. Oh, we don't believe you.
Welcome, punch!
Which we know that they don't got nukes right now. But they're definitely going to be working towards them.
So when you believe them, exactly the point. When you believe them, then since I believed it, I think that what we had to do was ultimately take on Iran itself. And of course, on day 2, after you suffered the worst attack on Jews since the Holocaust, it may seem, a ridiculous goal, an imaginary goal.
Guys, do me a favor. Smash that fucking like button on YouTube, man. We don't hit 100% engagement, I will cut the YouTube stream. So smash that like button, guys. I'm here on YouTube for free. I hate this platform, but I'm still here for you ninjas. So only thing I ask is you guys smash the like button. See, look, Rumble niggas and OSS are already saying cut YouTube right now. See, bruh. It's like a fucking battle of the 4 different chats. We got Kick, YouTube, OSS, and Rumble niggas in here fight with each other. It's actually kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. It was very clear. We'll turn back. Israel will recover very quickly, and fight back and demolish Hamas, and then demolish Hezbollah, and then demolish the Assad regime, and then hit very strongly, hit Iran in ways that surprise the world. And I'm very proud of the people of Israel who stood fast, and I'm very proud of the soldiers of Israel. I call this incredible 12-day war with Iran, I call it the Rising Lion operation. And I did that because in the Bible it says that the people of Israel will rise like lions.
That's bullshit. The real reason why, see, he's lying again. The real reason why it's called Operation Rising Lions, guys, is because what the Israelis were trying to do was, so when they ran their operation, as you guys, as I described earlier, they got Mossad agents in there, they had drones in, they flew drone pieces, so the Mossad agents get into Iran, right? As they're in there, they ship pieces of drone to them, and they quietly and slowly assemble them over several months as they're behind enemy lines. What the Israeli government was banking on was that when they launched their attack and disable their air defense, kill their generals, kill their nuclear scientists, bomb their nuclear facilities, everything is happening all together in one synchronized hit. They were hoping that it would basically like punch the fucking government so hard, the Iranian government, the regime, punch them so hard that it would allow one of these militia rebel groups to step in and overtake the government. That's what the Israelis really wanted, okay? Don't let these fucking guys lie to you on here. The Israelis want regime change, and they've always wanted regime change. And the reason why they want regime change is because Iran funds and backs all of Israel's enemies on its border, okay? So this is why they did it one by one. First, they went after Hamas. disable them. Then they went after Hezbollah in the north, disabled them, got a ceasefire. Then they went after Syria, got Bashar al-Assad the fuck up out of there and helped put in Ahmed al-Shar, a.k.a. al-Jilani. Right? What's left? Only Iran. So when they ran this operation, they're like, okay, look, the regime is weak. Their proxies are weakened. No one can come in and defend them. Let's hit them now. This is why Benjamin Netanyahu has been desperate to attack them all fucking year. People think that Benjamin Netanyahu came to the United States to talk about tariffs back in March. Fuck no, he didn't. Fuck no. This nigga didn't come to talk about no fucking tariffs. He came to talk about bombs. And what they wanted was U.S. support to attack Iran's nuclear facilities. That's what they came for. This is why Mike Waltz lost his job as national security advisor. He was putting too much pressure on the Trump administration to do Netanyahu's plan. That's how deep the tentacles of the Israeli government go into influencing our politicians. So, and he got demoted to like some bullshit UN position now. I think Marco Rubio took his spot. I think he's doing national security advisor as well as also being Secretary of State until they find somebody. So going back to Operation Rising Lions, there's a lot of Iranians that live in Iran that don't like the government. One of them I think are called the Balaks, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check this. So here the Balak people, right, are an ethnic group residing in the southeastern and east regions of Iran, right? And these guys have a militia group called Jundullah, all right? They have Jundullah. Now, most of them are pretty much gone, but there's more. The point I'm trying to make is that there are rebel groups within Iran, okay, that want to destabilize the regime. So what your boy Benjamin Netanyahu was hoping for was he was hoping that with the Iranian regime being weakened, generals dead, Khamenei running to hide because the supreme leader had to hide for weeks. For like 2 weeks, he didn't do any media appearances. They were hoping that one of these rebel groups would step up, like a rising lion, and take the country back. Matter of fact, it was so fucking obvious. They got the fucking the Shah's son, Reva, whatever the fuck his name is. They got him to give an announcement in Farsi to the Iranian people, telling them to rise up. So as Iran was being attacked, this guy who was a pro-Israel Iranian, his dad used to be the Shah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, who was overthrown, by the way, because the people wanted him out of there because he was selling out to the West and Israel. He gets on the fucking internet and says, you guys need to rise up and take your country back. But what happened? The opposite happened. Fucking backfired perfectly. Because instead of people getting mad and saying, fuck the theocracy, fuck the Iranian government, fuck the Ayatollah, they rallied around the flag and said, fuck Israel. People took to the streets and protested to attack Israel back, chat, okay? Literally. After they got attacked, the worst attack on their soil in a very long time for the Iranians. It's like a Pearl Harbor for them, damn near. We're talking about these dudes did fucking precise strikes and killed these scientists, chat. They were able to hit them so directly, it hit them in the corner of the apartment and then killed them and kept the building intact. That's how precise the Israelis were. It was a huge fucking slap in the face. And keep in mind, guys, this didn't start in fucking June. The Israelis had killed Ismail Haniyeh in Iran and Tehran, incredibly embarrassing. They killed Yahya Sinwar. They killed Hassan Nasrallah. They were involved in killing Qasem Soleimani with Trump, who was like the fucking architect of the Axis of Resistance? They bombed the Iranian embassy in Syria, in Damascus? The Israelis did that? So they had been escalating with Iran for a very long time. So when they finally got attacked in Iran the way that they did, the people took to the streets, bro. They took to the streets and they said, fucking hit them back. The government united, the Reformist Party, and the Conservative Party, who used to fight about attacking Israel, they finally fucking agreed on something, and them boys launched back.
Boom, boom, boom.
And basically, man, that's what went down. And they hit them back super fucking hard. And the Israeli plan backfired. So him saying, oh yeah, the Israeli people rose up like lions. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Operation Rising Lions was a military operation designed to overthrow the Iranian government, depending on the people of Iran and the Shah. That's what it really was.
That was easy.
He won't tell you all that, though.
That's exactly what our soldiers did, and I'm very proud of them.
See how he's reframing it? He's such a good politician, bro. He is such a good politician. Lying to everyone's face. So after the operation failed, now he's saying the Israeli soldiers rose up. The Israeli soldiers rose up. Because the intended effect didn't work. This fucking loser right here. Forget his name. It's like Reva Shah or something. Yeah, Reza Pahlavi. Well, shit. Trying to find his... Here he is. This guy got on the fucking... on American media and spoke in Farsi and told the Iranian people that they need to rise up and take their country back. Completely backfired.
Let me introduce you to
And he's pro-Israel, that guy.
Before Francis takes over, I have one more question. I think even your worst critics wouldn't deny the incredible success you have had in taking down the Iranian proxies and Iran's capabilities itself. But
guys, smash that like button, bro. We need 100% engagement, bro. We need 2,500 likes, ninjas, or else I'm cutting the YouTube stream. Smash that like button, ninjas. Smash it.
one of the things that we have heard here in the West.
We got 2,500 you guys in here, and we don't even got 1,000 likes yet. No, Iranians don't speak Arabic, bro. They're not Arabs. Iranians are not Arabs.
And I wanted to get your perspective on it, is that in the run-up to what happened on October 7th, for many, many years, Israel was allowing, the Israeli government was allowing Qatar to pump money into Hamas and using that, in effect, to strengthen Hamas against the Palestinian Authority to prevent a united Palestinian state. What do you say to those claims?
Well, I think it's hogwash. I mean, we're stuck with Hamas. I was actually against leaving Gaza and resigned from the government when it did so, when it decided to tear out the settlements, because I said this will be overtaken by Hamas, and Hamas will use it as a platform, will use Gaza, a de facto Palestinian state in Gaza, to pellet us with missiles and rockets, the surrounding cities. This was poo-pooed by the government at the time. I thought it was insane. But once they gave up Gaza, that's exactly what happened. Hamas took it over and turned it into a terror bastion. And the question was, what do you do with it? Well, there were various theories. One of it was that you have to aid the civilian population in such a way that you don't have diseases. So you've got to take care of the sewage, you've got to take care of electricity, you've got to make sure there's no famine there. And that was the policy that advocated giving money, which was partial money, by the way. Of all the money, the billions that went into Gaza, this was a fraction, and it was monitored. So it didn't really make the difference. And it also, you know, what did they do with...
What he's not telling you also is that Hamas was controlled opposition so that he can always say, look, the Palestinians don't want to negotiate. They want to kill us. All they say is, Allahu Akbar! Right? So, you know, they obviously played a very important role for Benjamin Netanyahu politically because it allowed him to kind of just make the comment and say, oh, bro, these guys don't want peace. They don't want it to, we can't do a two-state solution because they want to kill us. Oh, no. So that's something else that he used them for.
The billions that they got, not from Qatar, the billions that they got, they built a terror city underneath, terror tunnels. Have you been to Gaza? Have you seen it?
No.
No.
You're both welcome to come, and I'll make sure that you have a chance to see it. But you got to see the unseen underground city that they did. So they built tunnels with the vast aid that they got from elsewhere. I didn't believe that Hamas was going to make peace with us. I thought Hamas had to be constantly cut back. I myself, of the 4 military operations that we had since the rise of Hamas, since its takeover of Gaza, I led 3 operations to cut them down, not to accommodate them, killed some of their...
You cut them down. What he's talking about, guys, is a concept called cutting the grass. Okay? So cutting the grass, guys, is a...
that they got from elsewhere.
It's a term
believe that
the IDF uses where they would periodically attack Gaza for some military operations. Let me see here. Look, 11 years ago, fucking Czech was talking about this shit. They've been doing it a minute, guys. All right, guys, don't fall asleep on me.
Person in Gaza has lived through multiple rounds of bombardment. It is deeply distressing. You know, I remember in 2021, there was an image that I will never forget of children having to go back to school after the bombardment of 2021. And next to them, they would have the empty chairs and the posters of the child that used to sit in that chair. I think what encapsulates it most for me, an image that I grew up with was the image of Muhammad al-Durra, who was in his...
Well, yeah, this was a very, I think this was in 1989. This went down during the Intifada.
Father's lap over 20 years ago.
Look, man, Israel's a terrorist state, bro. I'm telling y'all, man.
And his father was begging for Israel to spare his child. And Muhammad was murdered in his lap. And you know what happened this last round? His other kids were murdered. So...
And then Israel wonders why they hate them so much. Like, bro, if you've been occupied for damn near 100 years, all your brothers, all your family was killed by the Israelis, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to probably pick up a rifle and say, we got to fight these guys. It's always amazing to me how Arturo Aguirre says, Myron, are we not able to send super chats on YouTube now to support? Bro, I'm demonetized. You're about 2 years late. Matter of fact, it's the 2-year anniversary that we got demonetized right around now. But welcome to the chat, bro. You must be new here. Yes, bro. You cannot super chat on YouTube because I'm demonetized because they're fucking garbage. Arturo. But anyway, so, you know, Elon Musk even said this during an interview. It's amazing to me how, like, the Israelis, like, just don't get it. For every single person you kill, you're going to create more people that are going to join Hamas. That's what it is. That's what it is. Someone said, get monetization back, appeal it. Bro, they keep denying me for no reason, bro. And they never tell me why. If it was that easy, I'd have it back, bro. They got a vendetta against us. Actually, as a matter of fact, this is the topic that got me demonetized. If we're actually going to be talking about Israel and Zionism and all this other shit before it was cool or safe to do, that's what got me demonetized. Interestingly enough. They don't care if you, criticize women or blacks or any of that other bullshit. But once you start talking about them boys, prior to October 7th, you're banned. Yeah, you can send super chats on OSS, bro. That's where everyone donates. That is OSS is how we still operate at such a high level despite the fact that I'm demonetized on YouTube. Bro, 99% of YouTubers would never be able to do this shit if they got demonetized, bro. Could you imagine if Abba and Preach got demonetized, them niggas would be cooked, bro. They'd be cooked. They'd stop making videos altogether, bitch ass niggas, because they only care about the money. If I only cared about the money, I wouldn't stream on YouTube. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. So you grow up seeing images like this, right? If you're in Palestine, someone in your family's been killed by the IDF before, right? Imagine growing up in an environment where you don't have sovereignty, you can't vote, several members of your family have been killed by the opposition. Are you going to grow up and be like, yeah, I'm Israel's child? No, bro, you're going to be like, yo, we got to resist. This is our land. And these guys are fucking over here taking our land and killing us. We tried to do a peaceful protest. They tried this in 2018, guys. They marched along the fucking border on the gate, the Palestinians, and Israeli snipers shot them. They were doing a peaceful protest in 2018, and they fucking shot and killed them, bro. So it's very simple. People don't like when I say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Violent occupation is going to lead to violent resistance. I'm say that again for you niggas, because for some odd reasons, the Israelis think that they're the only people that can have self-defense. The Israelis constantly say, Israel has a right to defend itself. Okay. But so do the Palestinians. It's like you do all this bullshit, you kill them, you steal their land, you occupy them, you humiliate them. And then they retaliate and you say, oh, well, okay, well, we have a right to defend ourselves. Well, they have a right to fucking defend themselves too. Because I find it interesting how when the Israelis attack the Palestinians and kill kids, it's self-defense. When the Palestinians hit Israel back for killing their kids, it's terrorism. See the fucking how they frame it with the media? I told you guys where I stand on this. I think both of them are terrorist organizations. Both of them are. Because by definition, the definition of terrorism is conducting violence in the furtherance of political ideology. Both parties have their own political ideology. Obviously, the Israelis with Zionism and the Palestinians with Sharia to some degree. So, but we only acknowledge Israel's right to defend itself. We never acknowledge the Palestinians' right to exist, to defend themselves or have any type of sovereignty. So it's very revealing, the hypocrisy of Israel. It's very revealing. I wrote a tweet about this actually, right? See if I can find it for you guys. So this dude, Vivid, right? He shows this girl with a gun, right? Talking about Israel. And then I go, how do you expect these people to act any other way? This little girl started out innocent, probably with zero bad vibes towards the Jays, but that all went up in smoke the second the IDF wiped out her dad, brother, uncle, and the rest of her family. How the hell do you have the nerve to judge this kid when you've blown up her house, stolen her land, murdered her people, and locked up her family without a shred of justice? Which, by the way, there's hundreds, if not thousands of Palestinians guys that are in jail without fucking trial or any type of due process. For every Palestinian you kill, you're just breeding 3 more ready to join Hamas. And let's not ignore the blatant hypocrisy. Israel throws a fit over Hamas fighting back against their endless war crimes as if Palestinians don't have every right to defend themselves. Jay's got this ugly pattern of flaunting the fallout from their own atrocities, like these radicalized kids whose family got slaughtered by the IDF while playing the victim. Israel whines about losing 600 civilians, then turns around and slaughters over 60,000 in revenge. And that's the cold hard facts. And then I finish and I say here, violent occupation will inevitably lead to violent retaliation or violent resistance. It's the truth. We don't want to hear this in America. but it's the truth. So, I mean, it's just human nature, bro. If you occupy people and you kill them, they're not going to like you. Like the Israelis get hit back and they're like, oh my God, they hit us back. Oh, that's so bad.
Senior leaders, but there was a question whether we had the consensus, both national and international, to go into Gaza and wipe them out.
And here's the thing. Let me be honest about that. Let me also tell you guys this. I don't give a fuck about Hamas, bro. Not a Hamas supporter, none of that bullshit. But what I am saying is people need to be realistic. If you hit someone, you're going to get hit back. And they've been hitting them for like 70, 80 years now at this point. It's like at some point they're going to fucking hit you back, bro. At some point they're going to retaliate. And then the Israelis get hit back and they're all surprised. Oh my God, outrage. And then they respond and they kill 6,000 people. Guys, keep in mind, at most, Hamas killed 600 people on October 7th. That's a tragedy. The loss of any human life is awful. But to come back and kill 60,000 people plus is insane. Insane. Also, look at this. So this came out recently. 83% of Palestinians killed by Israel in Gaza have been civilians, according to a classified Israeli military database. This comes from Israeli fucking intel sources. Okay? 83% are civilians, chat. 83%. And you can make the argument that of the 600 people that Hamas killed, a lot of them aren't civilians because IDF is mandatory military. You can make that argument too, reservists, whatever. I don't make that argument, but I've heard people make that argument before. Gaza's 50% kids. And they're just shooting rockets into there. And then they say, oh, Hamas is using the kids as human body shields. Bruh.
And the answer was, we didn't have it. After October 7th, that changed.
Hey, guys, we're at 1,200. We need to hit that 2,500, chat. I'm going to give y'all until 11 p.m. If we don't hit that number, I'm getting off YouTube. Let's go, guys. 2,500 likes. Smash that like button on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm cutting the stream on YouTube.
We had that consensus, at least for a while, until the Western leaders buckled. But that doesn't change our understanding that we have to get rid of Hamas. Those
Did you know
monsters have
about
to
the
go.
terror tunnels before October the 7th? Were
Yes,
you
of course.
aware that they were building them?
Yes, of course. We knew. We didn't know the full extent because it's underground and there are limited ways. I think Israel has very good intelligence, but intelligence is collection, and that is always limited. And then you have to have your assessments. That is also limited. Yes, did we know about underground tunnels? Of course, yeah, we know it. Yeah.
Prime Minister, you've just used the words, the Western leaders buckled, and I'm assuming what you're referring to is Keir Starmer's statement on the 25th of July, where he said that the UK would recognise a Palestinian state. What is your response to that? And do you think that is just going to essentially encourage Hamas to continue their resistance?
Yeah, of course it does. I mean, look, they commit the greatest savagery against Jews since the Holocaust. And the Prime Minister of Britain says, we'll reward you with a de facto state, which is what?
Okay, what he's not acknowledging is that the reason why the Brits did that is because the Israelis have been starving and killing them and making everybody look bad that's an ally with Israel. So the only way that they can get Israel to comply is like, yo, if you guys don't fucking chill out with your military campaign, we're going to recognize a Palestinian state. That's why they did it. It's all political. Keir Starmer's a pussy. He's also a Zionist. But obviously, it looks really bad for the British government to be fucking supporting a country here that's conducting a genocide actively. All right, let me read some chats here. It's been a bit since I read the chats. Give me one sec, guys. Jason Gurr says, here's the rest of my contribution for the night. I'm a proud member of OSS and owner of Why Women Deserve Less. Thanks again. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for supporting. We got here, what's next? Rodek making fun of Tim Waltz. Cool. Mo Ali, OSS at Castle Club. I'm a part of both. Thank you so much, Mo. You were the man. Biggie says, hey there, some guy tried to debate you on no Fugazi. Bro, why would I debate a random? Makes no sense. Why am I going to drop this planned show that I had covering politics to debate some idiot on feminism? A no-name. It's crazy. Like, people just coming into my chat saying, bro, go, just drop what you're doing, bro. Go debate this random person on the internet. Stop your planned show and go over there. Makes no sense. Demetrius says, yo, Martin, if I could choose one country who is actually our greatest ally, who would you choose? We're pretty cool with the Brits. We're pretty cool with the Brits. Crypto says, signs of starving population is sick and thin. Beasts of burden. Yeah. Yeah, true. You can see the animals starving. Jaymon says, Benjamin has a valid point, Myron. Given Israel's extensive military capabilities, if their intent was truly genocidal, they could have eradicated the entire Palestinian population in a single weekend at most. Yeah, Jaymon, you got to be a little bit smarter than that, bro. Okay? It's 2025. You can't do an overt genocide, okay? You can't, like, they're not going to just drop bombs like, yeah, kill them all. Like, at the end of the day, Israel understands that they have to operate in a manner where they need to be able to do what they need to do and kill the people they need to kill, but at the same time, not make it look too obvious. Okay? So this is why the definition of genocide also includes, in part, killing a group of people in part. Because in today's day and age, you simply can't outright bomb them and say, yes, we're going to do a genocide overtly like that. They do it slowly but surely. Yes. Does Israel have the capability of nuking them into oblivion and genociding them right there? Of course. But that's an extreme, and no one's going to do that in today's day and age. They're doing it far more surreptitiously. Carrillo, tell me how a top 8 tried to push out the Jays from Germany, and the Jays were doing it in Palestine, but cry about what happened to them and doing it to another people. Bro, there you go, my friend. You get it. They're doing the same shit that they've been crying about to another group of people. It's crazy to me. The Israelis have become the new Nazis. Murray Moto says, Nigga with the glasses is the J.S. looking Jay I've ever seen. He looks like he spends, he's not. He's actually not. I think that guy's Hispanic. It's Constantine in the middle that's one of them. King French, $2, thank you. Waleed says, Salam, brother, for the fans of Disgusting Like sometimes use the argument if they wanted to kill everybody, they could. What's the best counter argument? What I just told you. Big Boss, take your mom. Okay. O/Graper. O/. Biggie says, Cooley told people to spam you to do it. Oh, that's why? Okay. Okay, that's why they did. That's not how you get somebody to come on your stream, bro. What the hell? Like, bro, if you're going to try to get someone, right, to come on your thing and do like a debate, you got to bring like somebody worthy, bro. You can't have like some rando on your shit and then spam them as they're doing their stream. It is what it is. Kumo says this vegan guy has 300K subs with 150 live viewers right now. Yeah, bro, niggas cooked, bro. Nobody watches them anymore. Fitness YouTube is dead, bro. Fitness YouTube is fucking dead. ENPNW says, hey, bro, this is a minuscule amount of support compared to what you've done for me, $50. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. I've been working for a few years, and you've been a positive influence to becoming the man I strive to be. I contemplated self-deletion for years due to being a weak-minded individual and not taking accountability for myself and my situations. I'm 28. My son is 11. Full custody and working 60 to 70 hours a week now and still hitting the gym. Been sober off drugs, alcohol, and gambling for over a year now. We appreciate you. Ian, thank you so much, bro. Guys like you. Guys like you is why I still stream on YouTube, because I understand that for me to reach the masses, I got to be on fucking JTube, right? And despite the fact that I lose a lot of money doing it, I think the message is very important. And helping you guys out, you know, making you guys realize that you guys have way more potential than just ending it. I'm happy that you're here, and I'm happy that your son is here too with you. So, and you got full custody of him, bro. So thank you so much, Ian. Thank you for the kind words, bro. Messages like that really do like make my day, bro. Guys, this is gonna sound kind of lame. Yo, I'll be sitting in bed sometimes, and I'll just like still be shocked and bewildered at like how much I impact you guys. To this day, bro. To this day, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. It still amazes me and shocks me how much I've impacted you guys. And even when I feel like shit, like right now, guys, I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are burning. I feel like shit. I don't feel good. But I said I gotta get on stream. I gotta get on stream. Gotta do it. And messages like that remind me why. So thank you, bro. Seriously, thank you. You made my day. Thank you so much for that. Anytime when you guys message me and says, yo, I had suicidal thoughts and you stopped it, it doesn't get better than that, bro. It really doesn't, man. It's why I fucking deal with the haters. It's why I deal with the harassment. It's why I deal with the fucking people making death threats. It's the reason why I deal with all the fucking bullshit, the hate videos, people dropping hit pieces on me every fucking day, trying to fucking destroy my credibility because they're jealous of where I'm at versus where they're at. I came on YouTube within 5 years, and I've been able to fucking blow up, right? Just off of me just being honest and unapologetic and bringing my law enforcement background to here. And I've been able to surpass so many fucking people that have been here longer than me. And those people need to make videos on me to get views. You know? Fucking invading my private life, harassing people that care about me, right? I've been broken up with Angie for fucking months, but these guys are over here harassing her, giving her a hard time, lying on her fucking name, right? So, and I've made peace with the fact that we're not together, guys. I've made peace with that a long time ago. The only reason I'm even addressing this shit now is because people made bullshit allegations and lied on me and her. So, we're very amicable, right? She still supports me with all this bullshit going on. She was the one that told me, like, hey, come out and just tell them what went down. Fuck Abba and preach. So, but yeah, man, again, I don't want to go on a rant here, but you guys literally are the big reason why I still do what I do despite the fucking headaches that I deal with the fucking retards that I deal with on the internet. So thank you so much for that, bro. Thank you, Ian. Guys like you help me put things in perspective. And all you guys that message me, that say, yo, you helped me here, you helped me there. Yo, I doubled my income because of you. Yo, I left the toxic girl because of you. Yo, I had a day of when I was going to self-delete, but I didn't do it because of you. I increased my crypto portfolio because of you. I got my first real estate property because of you. I got in the gym because of you. So, thank you guys. You guys, I don't think you guys enough for how much I appreciate when I get these messages from you guys. So, I truly do love you motherfuckers, especially you guys in OSS. You guys understand the mission. We got 4,000 plus you guys in there fucking strong. You guys rock with me. YouTube can't shut us up. Tomorrow you guys are gonna see something crazy tomorrow, by the way, too. Them boys think that they can silence me? Okay. Got something planned for tomorrow. Okay. Martin, how could you say only one baby was killed during October 7th when Hamas literally filmed the attack on GoPro with over hours of footage? Yeah, baby. One baby was killed. Her name was Mila Cohen, J-Mont. One baby was killed, bro. And the GoPro footage that you're talking about? Yeah. They don't kill a baby on that GoPro footage, bro. Watch the 40-minute film that Israel put together. You'll see yourself, dude. I've seen parts of it. One baby was killed on October 7th, bro. Don't fall for the Hasbara, J-Mont. You're in the OSS, bro. You falling for those fucking Zionist fables, bro. Okay? You need to start being more base, my friend. You should know better being in the OSS. Shout out to the Shift Podcast. Gifted 20 subs. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, Shift Podcast. Actually, you did 30. Thank you. J-Mont, watch Atrocity Inc., bro. Watch Atrocity Inc. One baby was killed on October 7th, bro. Her name was Mila Cohen. Rest in peace to her soul. And no one knows who killed her, by the way. She got killed by a stray bullet. Oh, Breeze24, I seriously wonder why our government is so cucked by Israel. Not sure if you said it before, Myron, but what do they think they got on us? This whole alliance with Israel doesn't benefit U.S. at all. It pisses me off for real. If you don't have any clue, then all good, man. I appreciate all your content. Oh, no, I know why. I know why. All right, how many likes we got? Bro, I'm about to turn up. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. We didn't hit our 2,500. All right, I'm turning off the YouTube stream, niggas. So I can answer. Also, I want to answer this question. I can't even answer this question on fucking YouTube properly. So I'm going to turn off the... How long we been on? Been on for an hour and a half. All right, yeah, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. Guys, I'm about to end the YouTube stream. Come on over so I can answer this question because I can't even say this shit on fucking YouTube, what I'm about to say. All right? Join the OSS, guys, or come on over to Rumble or Kick. All right, hold on. I'll give you guys two options. You can either come watch on Kick or Rumble. I'll stay on there for a little bit longer, then we're going to cut to OSS. Yo, nobody likes the YouTube chat, bro. Fucking hilarious. So funny how niggas are like, you guys are like, fuck YouTube, fuck JTube. Well, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It is kind of annoying because I have to censor myself when I'm on YouTube, bro. So y'all get like, you know, y'all don't get all the sauce, bro. Because because of how fucking lame YouTube is, man. Yeah, so come on over to Rumble, guys. Come on over to Rumble or Kick, whichever one you want. Kick.com/MyronGainsX. I'll stay on Rumble and Kick a little bit longer for you guys so I can explain this because this is an important topic. So let me go ahead and end the YouTube stream. YouTube stream's ending, guys. Come on over. There's the Rumble link for you guys. Or you could go kick.com/MyronGainsX. Ending YouTube stream now. Come on over, guys. We're going to keep going on Rumble and on Kick, and then we'll cut to OSS after that. But for me to answer this question, I really can't answer it on fucking... can't answer it on YouTube, bro. Come on over, guys. All right. Now,